All right, what's up? Welcome to the Click. This is our first episode, so thanks to everybody who's tuned in. I'm Adam, aka King of Kings, and I got
This is Eric here from Way Too Ill. Eric Mark Doe is my handle. And
Oh, this is Shauna. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, this is Shauna. I'm from Moody Grams. Hey, guys, how you doing? I hope you're all doing well tonight.
Word. So yeah, this is our first episode. Basically, what we're going to be talking about here is everything photography. So meetups, features, news, all that fun stuff. So yeah, so the first half of the show, what we're going to be doing is going through a couple of feature pages. We'll be checking out some photographers, talking a little bit about you guys. So if you have questions, ask us in the chat. We'll be checking that out too as we go. Then the second half of the show will be our interview. So this week we got Tony.Bennett. So we'll be dialing him in, getting him on camera with us. And yeah, so Eric and Shauna, tell us about yourself.
cool. Yeah, my name is Eric, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I got into Instagram first as an urban explorer, really, and then I just met the Instagram community, and it's been overwhelmingly welcome. Learned a lot about photography and started Way
From the
Too
bottom?
Ill. Yeah, because I'm from Toronto, right? Yeah, I started the Way Too Ill account because there was no account featuring from the Way Too Ill hashtag, and that's blown up, and the reception has been overwhelmingly um, amazing, actually. And yeah, I'm also a moderate created portrait page for portraits, and joined the Game of Tones team with Adam here as well.
Word, yes you did. And I'm on
Yeah,
your team
yeah,
too.
yeah, and he's also on my team. I almost forgot
Yeah.
about that.
And then Shauna, what about you? Tell everyone about
Yeah.
yourself.
Yep. Well, I'm Shauna. I live in New Jersey. Uh, I joined Instagram first as iPhone only, so I know I started basically from scratch, as you would say. But I picked up a camera in April, and it's just been amazing. I've been learning a lot. I'm still trying to learn. Um, since then, I started the Moodygrams account that has been very, very successful, and I'm happy about that. I thank you guys for supporting. Started the tech from scratch. It's almost at 100K right now, so thank you guys. It's been awesome. And I'm not on any other teams right now. I'm just focusing on expanding and learning more, basically. So that's it.
Word.
Sweet.
That's what's up. And then me, Adam, King Kings, right now living in Pittsburgh. Do all that fun stuff as you guys already know. Game of Tones, Global Meet, and then I'm on like 5 million other pages.
Just 5 million?
Yeah, just 5 million. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and get into how I got started and everything, but just trying to do like next level stuff at all times, like this show, like just try and take it to the next level every time,
Of
and
course.
just bring new experiences for people. It's fun for me, so it's cool. So
Absolutely. Let's check
damn,
in
we
with
are
the chat.
at
We have some people that checked into the chat here.
yeah. What do we got going on? So
We
We
have
got
Stel
Optic,
72. Okay,
Wanted
go for it.
Visual. Shout out to you guys. Um,
Welcome.
Photo Adventure Boy, UK Camera God, Mr. OD 96. Mr. OD. Cool.
Emrod.
Yeah. So Stel 72, shout out. He's on the Way to Ill team actually. He's our designer. And Third Optic is a designer for Game of Tones, and both of them had a big part to play in the graphics that you see on screen right now.
yeah.
Awesome.
So yep, they made the graphics. So shout out to them. Optic made the logo. Then Stel, who's in the chat, he made the overlay that you see. So it's pretty tight. And
For
then we
sure.
also had Tiro, Jake. Uh,
Tiro is
You're
the new
inspired.
designer for Moodygrams,
oh
actually.
yeah, that's right. You got him. That's sick.
Nice. Cool.
Word. All right. So
Let's
since
get
this is our
started.
first episode, I need to know if it's like laggy or anything, or if it's good before we get going.
Yeah, let us know. We're reading your comments right now, so
Yeah. So before we get started, tell me if it's lagging or anything that I need to know about. I just got a message saying that it went offline. So hold up. All right. We good?
Okay, so we get into the news now, right, guys?
No. First, what we'll do is. All right. We good. We good. All right. Sorry about that. This, like I said, we gotta work out some of the kinks. So just be patient with us. And yeah, let's get started on some features.
absolutely.
Word, hold on.
Oh shit.
Alright.
People know each other in this chat.
Yo, what up, everybody? Thank you for watching. Alright, so let's talk about some features. Right now I got Game Up. So Game of Tones.
Sweet.
A little bit of background info. We started this winter this year. And it's grown quite a lot, so it's pretty thick. And yeah, so you guys already know the deal. Most of you follow us. Everyone's saying what's up. Alright, so anyway, we put up this feature first that I want to talk about. We just put this up a couple minutes ago. So bring it up. It's going to be the one, your photo, Eric, with Tony's edit.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, let me get that up.
Hey, Jake Ryan Butters in the building too. What's up?
Alright, sick. So, yeah, this photo was sick. And then we wanted to shout out Tony, so threw this one up out of the bunch. Eric, were you on a rooftop when you took this, or like just climbing shit? Like,
Yeah,
did you take
yes,
this?
absolutely. So, yeah, in November of last year, I went to New York on a solo mission, solely through the Instagram community. That gave me the motivation to go to New York and visit, and that's where I actually met Shauna as well. And yeah, I hooked up with some rooftoppers over there, and one of them, Midnight Express, he took me up on this one. And yeah, I got that shot. The sky there is a composite from another shot, but the view there is all natural, right? Except for the edit, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the edit is on point though.
Of course, yeah. So Tony, he wanted to do an edit on it, and I was more than happy to provide him the photo for that.
Yeah.
Especially because we featured him on a takeover on Way Too Ill, so we featured like 8 of his photos in a row, and that did really well with the community as well.
Right. Yeah. No, this photo is sick. So no brainer when I was putting that one up. So yeah, a little bit of background information. We were like freaking out trying to get this started before the show. So a lot of stuff went into this.
Yeah, so bear with us, guys.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Another one I want to talk about is this Bora one. So bring up the recent Game of Tones feature, Bora Bora.
Okay.
So wait, is this is Toronto, right?
Let me check. Game of Tones. I'll just check on my phone.
Yeah, but just bring it on your phone. It's fun.
Cool. Bora versus Bora is right here. Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's a mirror
right?
shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have went off again, guys.
Look down the road of the shot. It doesn't look like a mirror, right? But Bora is just insane with his edits. So.
Yeah, I mean this one. I've seen this, and so for any of you guys want to know a little bit about feature accounts, once they change the format for how you post landscape versus portrait, like photo apps that would used to allow you to download the pictures no longer do that. So we have to like either like screenshot it or save it from Ink website, or there's all different weird ass methods. But anyway, I hit him up directly. I was like, yo, just email me this. Like, I don't even want to ruin it.
Yeah, you want the high quality version, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to screenshot.
I usually ask them to mail it to me, email it to me.
Yeah, no, that's probably the best way
to go
about
it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. That's how I do the takeovers, actually. I prefer they email me their shots that they want, and that way we post the original quality up on Instagram, and there's no degradation of quality at all, right?
Word.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, this dude just kills it all the time. And, like, I've known him
sure.
mad long, boy. Like, when I first started, probably, like, last November. And he, like, won this, like, personal contest thing I did. I don't know. Anyway, the dude's always keeps it real.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
his edits are next level, and he actually does that for a living, I believe. Yeah, so you can tell. You can
He
tell
does.
it's a labor of love right there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
actually going to be doing a Moody takeover when we hit 20K, so you guys can look out for that.
Sweet.
Word up. Yeah, chat. Everyone's telling. Yeah, where are you from, chat? Tell us.
Yeah,
Throw it up in the chat where you're at. So
I
it's
see
cool.
Fred the Plebe is from New Jersey. What's up? I'm from New Jersey too.
nice.
Jersey. Alright, and then
Taking
real
Nova.
quick, before we get into your guys' pages,
Cool.
just Global Meet. Anybody who's watching, we just announced it the other day. So this is like the first phase of it. And basically what we do is we just get it all organized. Then we reach out to sponsors or, during that whole process, um, to get after prizes and stuff like that. We got LA, we got Miami, we got Wisconsin. Damn, people are from everywhere.
Damn.
Seattle,
Maryland,
Brooklyn.
Detroit.
But anyway, yeah, so real quick on Global Meet is
Hey, you wanted visual? What's up? But yeah,
Jan made this flyer, killed it, and he made the previous Global Meet art, Third Optic, so yeah, dude's a beast. Made this like come to life super hard, so I gotta thank Optic for that. Alright, let's hop into Way Too Low page, then we'll switch to Moody, and then we'll get into some news, because we got time flying here.
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yo, this is loading super slow though. I don't know, like, is this my internet or what? But anyway.
I don't know, but I'm about to Snapchat right now.
Yo, do it.
All right, all right. All
Alright,
right, we're
anyway, so
live
yeah,
right now.
I got
The click
way too
feed.
low up on the screen. So you want to talk about any like recent features or anything? I mean, in
Yeah,
particular,
absolutely.
go through a couple of them.
Actually, this whole past weekend we had a takeover from Rooftopper, who is one of like the OGs or the pioneers of rooftoping in general. And it was just amazing to get some of his shots up on the page exclusively and in high definition, obviously, right? And
Yeah.
we did this takeover a little bit differently. The first day on Saturday, it was all his shots, but the next day, today, he picked all the shots, right? So it kind of works out better that way. So you don't see the same person for 2 days in a row, right?
Yeah, no, he's once through this up, like I got to like know a little bit more about him and like actually see his work. Like,
Absolutely.
like
And we're incorporating. I think Game of Tones does it as well, but we're incorporating like Q&As
did like
with the artist.
yeah, dude, like this guy just like what? How does he
What's
get
up?
like up here? Like, dude, I would shit myself.
Yeah, Eric does. Eric's
Oh,
I'm looking at the
Eric
one
does
where
too.
he's
Yeah.
on
The
top of
crane.
this tower. I think it was.
This is one that he picked, but
Oh,
yeah,
it's one he picked. Oh, my bad.
I believe this is in. I want to.
He
It's
would
definitely
pick that.
Asia, but I want to say in like Hong Kong or something, right?
He would pick
But yeah,
that.
these guys they have no fear and they risk it all, right? Like I used to be like that too, right? But as long as you're safe about it, then no worries, right?
So you don't do that anymore, Eric? You don't rooftop anymore?
Oh,
Oh wait, so
I'm
this
not,
You know
photo.
you do.
Oh, okay, I see what you did.
I,
Wait, so what did you explain the takeover? Because did he pick out features for a day and then?
yeah, so he like we just featured him exclusively on Saturday, and then today he just picked all the photos, and it works out really well. You get a better eye of what's out there, and
Word.
things that you might not normally pick anyway, right? So yeah, I like that format definitely a lot, and as you can see, he picks a lot of bangers for one, but also rooftop shots that I wouldn't have seen, right?
Yeah.
No, that's the truth. Yo, chat, real quick. Um. All right, yo. So everybody, drop your Instagram handle in here, or go to our recent post on all of our pages and just like tell us that you tuned in or something. At the end of the show, we'll do like some Q&A with you guys. So right now we're gonna go into Moodygrams page. Then we'll get into a couple news articles I'm going to talk about, and then we'll do the Tony interview, which we got a little bit of time still, so we're good. Eric, is there anything else you want to talk about as far as like Way Too Ill, like what we got going on over there?
No, I don't think so. Like we're incorporating like a lot of new stuff. We have a lot of partnerships going on. One is with Ink361, which is a web viewer for Instagram,
Yeah.
and we do bi-weekly features with them. We have a lot of contests going on. We just hit 50K, and we had a crazy contest for that. And we gave away some stuff from YoShirt, as well as one takeover and 2 mini takeovers. So yeah, that worked out really well. I love being able to like give back, because without the Instagram community, the page is nothing, right?
Right.
Yo, so
Yeah.
many people in this chat in the chat right now, dude. What do we got? 54 viewers.
Oh yeah,
That's sick. Yo, thank you everybody.
crazy.
For
Thank
tuning
you. Wow,
in.
54 people are watching this. We really appreciate it for sure.
That's
Really
sick.
do.
That's crazy.
I've been nervous about this, so thank you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, it's a different venture, but I think could be something fun.
Yeah, I gotta do something new. I shaved my armpits for this, so you know.
Yo, you're stupid.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, so yeah, that's way too well. So let's move on.
Go for it.
All right, so let's talk about Moodygram, Shauna.
Yeah,
What up?
Moodygrams is all about mood. What can I say? I mean, when I started the page, I had no idea the amount of talented photographers that are on Instagram, and this page just opened like a whole new realm for me, basically, as far as photography is concerned. I've always liked moody photography, but there's like so many aspects of it that it's been like so crazy. I just recently featured Tony's amazing shot there. If you can click on it, Adam. It's
Oh, the light leak
the
one?
sun rays.
Oh, that
my
light
God.
is insane.
Insane. And also, you see that shot from Dubai?
Hold up.
That's actually a shot that was suggested by one of our Motogram followers. So I do have a suggestion Sundays, guys. If you have any favorites out there that you think should be featured, just let me know. Just drop the name on one of our featured,
Yeah,
and let me know who you want to see, because that's what I'm about. I'm about to bringing forward people that aren't like honorated, basically.
no, that's a good idea. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I would just say myself every time.
Yeah, I try to say, don't say yourself. Like, just somebody else that you think is underrated and you think should be featured. Just
For sure. I think you should feature Adam, and Adam, he says that you should feature me, right? So I think that's how it works.
I featured you, so yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Yeah, alright. That's fair. But yo, you guys are blowing up quick. For real.
Oh, for sure.
It's
Where you
going so
at? Where you
fast,
at?
you can see.
Oh wait, you mean our personal pages? Or?
No, I'm saying Moodygrams blew up quick. I
Oh.
remember when that just
Oh,
started. It's
Moodygrams
almost at
great.
20K now.
Almost at 20K. And
remember,
like I was saying before, too, I'm sorry to cut you, Adam, but as I was saying, guys, I'm going to have a special guest take over Moodygrams at 20K. And we're going to have a giveaway as well. Some exciting stuff's coming up, so stay tuned.
20K? Wait, that's soon.
Sweet.
That's soon. Yeah.
You got like
Nice.
400, and then you're there.
400 away? Yeah.
Oh
That's
damn!
it.
Time
So wait.
to unfollow. No, I'm kidding.
One more thing I wanted to talk about is the faded. You put a little bit of like faded effect on the feature.
That's optional. It's I have my moderators that pick certain shots.
Okay.
If there's a shot that they absolutely love and they must feature, I tell them that they can add just a little bit of fade to it, but not enough to alter the picture where it's not something that the person would not recognize. So I don't like that too much, but we want to make sure that it's a broad scope and everyone can submit a picture that can get featured. So that's kind of helps it out a little bit.
Word up. And yo, chat, if anybody follows any of these accounts, just put a drop a comment in the chat.
For sure.
Yeah,
Shout it out.
I see Fred. Fred saying Moody. Yep.
Word up.
Yeah,
Well, thank
let's
you
just
guys
check
for your
in.
support. For real, like we got a lot of big things in the works, and we're always trying to do better.
Of course, especially with
So
the global meet and like trying to just unify the community, right?
yeah, I mean, this is just another thing. So
For sure.
another part of the show. So the first half of the show we'll be talking about the actual features, the pages. We wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing. Then we'll talk a little bit more about featured artists in the next coming episodes and stuff. He said I already fought Jackie. Yeah, I already followed him.
Cool.
You getting mad love in there, Shauna. But anyway, so yeah,
Thanks,
first
Yeah.
half of the
Doreen.
show.
Thank you, Doreen. We love you too.
But yo, all right. So first half of the show, yeah, we're gonna be talking about features and all that stuff, and then if there's any like good news. But there was one article or a couple that we wanted to talk about.
Cool. Which
So
one do you want to pull up first?
yeah, that's a good question. You tell me which one, and I'll bring it up.
Let's do the most recent one with the Staten Island elevator.
Oh, okay, okay, I got that one up.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna do a quick shout out to people in the chat.
Yeah.
What up to 416 shots? I see you, Oscar. Jordan, what's up? I saw your Twitch thing as well that you had up. That's cool. We're all trying to better ourselves and bring it to another level, right? And I think Tiro's in here too, and Fives, of course.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah.
else? Lots of people in here. Shout out to everybody for
Pretty
sure.
Vision. I see you.
Cool,
That's
cool.
dope. Yeah, yeah, guys. If you want,
Hey, Illgrammers.
shout out the show. Don't hurt.
Illgrammers, Abram.
Oh, Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to pronounce his handle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Abraham.
It's Abram. Abram.
The brother of
Yeah.
them. All right, so
Alright.
let's talk about this one. Boy, 16 falls to death down an elevator shaft in abandoned Staten Island hospital. When did this happen? October 9th, so that was 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
literally like 2 days ago. So, do you want me to just go into it, or?
Well, yeah. Do you want to read some of the article, like a couple things out of it, and then we'll
Yeah,
talk
sure.
about it?
But do you just put it in the chat so people have it as well, or?
Yeah, if
Or
you
you-
can you drop
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
in
I'll
for
do
me?
that first, and then just so if people want to read it, you have it here. All right. So the link is in the chat. Abram saying it's a V. Leave me alone. But yeah. So I'm just gonna read a bit of this article because, like, I actually
What are
found
they
out
saying?
about
Rest in peace for? Did it go offline or something?
because yeah, the boy died.
Oh
in,
God, dude.
in New York.
Yo,
Yeah.
my bad. All right, back to the
All right,
topic.
so yeah, so I actually found out about this through Dark Cyanide, who posts news articles every now and then. I do the same thing too in Toronto, and yeah, so apparently him and a couple of friends were in this abandoned hospital in Staten Island, which is in New York, and apparently they were playing cops and robbers, but it could be it could be an Instagrammer, like urban exploration. Either way, they're doing urban exploration, and he fell down an elevator shaft. How many floors does it say here? 7 floors, and he was left there for an hour because his friends couldn't find him, and he was rushed to hospital and passed away. Right?
Wait,
Wow.
dude, that is crazy.
Yeah,
think
and
about that?
yeah, it's crazy. Like he's only 16, right? And thinking like when I was 16, I was still in high school, right? So like imagine like one night out with your friends and you're gone, right? So just be safe. Like obviously, be safe out there and don't do anything that you're not comfortable with, right? Like speaking as an urban explorer myself, like I used to climb cranes and all that kind of stuff too. I wouldn't go higher just because like I felt it'd be cool for the gram or something, right?
That's true.
Only do it because you want to do it, and you would do it if there wasn't a camera there anyway, right?
Not for the
And
gram.
just do it for yourself, basically. For me, it's about the thrill, right?
I mean, yeah, and
and-
then you get the ones, like sitting on the edge of a rooftop, your feet hanging off, stuff like that. I mean, it's not really as threatening, but shit happens. Like, like if you
Yeah.
slip, like, when you're like dangling off of a building to get like a foot shot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Well,
surprised nothing's happened with that. But whatever.
I'll be like, just to counter your point there. Like I do one of those shots like back in the day too, right? And like if like more than 50% of your body is on the roof, and only like one
Well,
you know, like
yeah.
12, you know what I mean? Like a bit of your foot is off the ledge, then you're pretty much safe, right?
No, no, obviously that, but I'm saying like if you're on the edge, like going hard in the paint on it, like fucking legs all out and stuff, like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
that's kind of like alright. But and
yeah,
you showed me where people like Photoshop it.
yeah, yeah. People can Photoshop it too, but for the most part, it's not easy to tell. Like I could do a pretty good job too if I wanted to, right?
Yeah,
But and all the graphic designers that worked on this, on the overlay here, could probably do a good job too. But for the most part, people that do it,
it's
they know
thrilling.
it's real, right?
Yeah,
And yeah, like Wanted Visual actually, he just posted the link that we're just gonna move into,
oh yeah, yeah. Let me bring
which
that
is the
up.
Russian teen that died in Russia. So
Hold up,
yeah,
hold up.
like
Let me bring
you
that
want to
up real
move
quick
into
on the
that?
screen.
Let me just address some of these comments about this article first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Someone
like
asked if you
it's
get arrested, Eric, going on the
sorry.
rooftop. Someone's
Who
asking if you get arrested going on the
if
rooftop.
I got arrested
Several.
or can you get arrested?
Well, do you get arrested often or some type of trouble? Somebody's asking.
Uh, who said that? Shutter Game?
Shutter game.
Yeah. Yeah, like so just to address that, like I've been arrested for rooftoping, right? Like I've been like, you know, for trespassing and stuff like that. If you Google my name, you'll find something, right? Unfortunately. But all my charges got dropped. Rooftoping is actually not, you know, it's not a danger to the public as much as, you know, people would make it seem, as long as you're safe about it, right? There are kids that are going to be dangerous and jump around and all that kind of stuff. But if you're just there to take pictures and you're safe, then it's not a big deal and you're not breaking anything too, right? But
Yeah,
you can definitely get in trouble.
Word.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have friends that's been like arrested for stuff like that, and for urban exploring, because I do a lot of that too, like in bandos and stuff. But you just got to be careful. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just be safe and know the risks, right? Like if the risk is worth the reward for you, then by all means, right? But if not, then yeah, just there's other stuff to shoot too, right?
without a
Always.
doubt. But
So
yeah, let's go into
so
this
this
next topic. Russian teen falls to death while shooting daredevil rooftopping portraits, dude.
mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Do
That
you want me to just go
is,
into it or
yeah. I mean, let's read a little bit from the article, and then we'll talk about it.
okay, so if you guys want to click the link, Wanted Visual already posted in there. Shout out to Wanted Visual for linking that up. And so just from the top, a 17-year-old boy in Russia has died after falling 9 stories from a rooftop while engaging in extremely dangerous rooftoping photography. Sorry, rooftoping photography is in quotes, not the extremely dangerous part. But the goal of the stunt, according to them, was another eye-catching photo for his Instagram account. I'll link his Instagram account here. It's in the article as well, but I'll just link it in the chat as well.
Word.
Um, I think I'm behind on this chat, but yeah. So that's his account, and you know he's a young kid too, right? And apparently he was using a rope to to basically like make it seem like he was falling down from the rooftop, and the rope snapped, right? So he
Oh,
actually did
wow.
fall from the rooftop. It's
Damn.
tragic, right? And yeah, so like this got picked up by the media like immediately. And you know like rest in peace to him as well. You know, so like what's everyone's reaction to that? Adam, Shauna?
I think it's crazy. Like for me personally, I make comments about your rooftop pictures all the time, and I'm like, I would never even get to the ledge. So I'm just, I feel sorry for his family and his friends, but that's something I just wouldn't even engage in. It's just too dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look at that shot of him hanging with one hand. Who
I
does
mean,
that?
there's a risk you take when you walk out your door. Like, there's a risk with anything. I mean, this is obviously a little bit more extreme, but these things do happen, and people just, have to be aware and like more safe, and like hopefully this like really. I mean, obviously, yeah, with a rope and stuff too. He's
Yeah,
trying to be safe, but it
like
still
to
can
me,
happen.
like to be quite honest, to me, if he had to use a rope in order to get that shot, and obviously no disrespect to him like for this, but he already knew that he wasn't comfortable doing this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why he added the rope element to be safe about it. But you know, like if you feel comfortable doing something, then you wouldn't use that, right? For example, like people are bringing up, I think in the chat, Mustang Wanted, James Kingston, those guys, they're you know they train for it, right? They have the arm strength, all that kind of stuff, and they can hang from their hands, but they're confident enough to do that. If you're not confident in doing something, don't do it, right?
Yeah, well, I guess that's like borderline like professional like daredevil or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
the daredevils. I mean, obviously they're harnessed with like professional equipment. Like this picture is just like his dad's belt and like some rope. So I mean, it's
Yeah,
really not like
exactly.
state of the art shit, but it's still like you got to be careful. Like if you're doing that, like obviously like physically and mentally and all that stuff. So I mean, definitely sad news today. Sorry for the sad news, everyone that's
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah, sorry to start this off on like such a sad note, but it's something that's happening or that happened recently in the Instagram community, and I feel like it's something that people are talking about too, especially with urban exploration, right?
Yeah.
And as I can see from the chat right now, you guys are like everyone has an opinion about it, of course, and people know about this, right?
Yeah, so I mean, very sad news, but
Just have to be careful.
For
to
sure, for
counter
sure.
that, we're gonna go ahead and take a short break. Just stay right there. We're gonna dial in Tony right now. It'll be literally like 2 minutes.
Cool.
So just hang on.
We'll still be chatting in the chat, like in
Yeah, and you can
like via
probably still
text.
hear us too, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get Tony on the line. So just give us 1 second, and we'll be right back. And yeah, I'm pretty sure people can still hear. So if you guys want to keep talking into the chat, it's fine.
Of course, I'm just typing in and letting them know that we're still here. What's gonna get banned soon?
Yeah. What is that?
One of the
Velena?
visuals says it's gonna get banned soon. What, rooftoping in general?
I don't know. Like that's what I'm asking.
Oh.
And they don't even gotta go nowhere.
Hey, Tony. All right, once you put on your cam, we'll switch to the actual interview bit.
Great show, guys.
Oh, thanks. Have you been tuning in?
Of course.
Nice.
You won't see me dangling off any high rises, that's for sure.
Don't worry, I'll Photoshop you in. It's fine.
Oh yeah, totally.
Cool. If you can still hear us on the stream, we're just waiting for Tony's video to pop up. But
I can see myself.
online.
I look pretty good.
Rooftoping.
They're cracking down on rooftoping.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people get in trouble. Like you can't. You have to go to court. They give you a ticket and you have to go to court for rooftoping in New York.
Well,
Right,
it's just, I mean,
You just got to know the right people.
Right.
Yo, all right, whenever you're ready with the cam, we'll get this next thing started.
Is my audio on?
Your audio's on for sure.
Yeah, I'm just hijacking the show. Hi, everybody.
Do you want to? Actually, no. We'll just wait for Tony. I was gonna say if you wanted to put on.
Yeah, because I had to
be
be that loser who did it on Chrome with an add-on instead of downloading the application. But you know, I do what I want.
Terrible.
Game of Tones. What's
Terrible
up, Tony? Tones rocking the microphone.
Right, let's get Tony in
What you
here.
got for
Tony,
me?
you are now on the screen. Say what up, bro.
What up, bro?
All right, that's that.
I should be saying what's up to the audience.
So anyway, yo, Tony.
I talked to you enough, Adam.
Yeah, I know, right? Yo, so tell us your name, where you're from, all that fun stuff.
Okay, name's Tony.Bennett. Everyone asks me to sing half a dozen times a day at least. I don't.
It's a sick name though. Like,
oh, it is for sure. I grew up. I hated it, and then I realized doing sales. Well, if I go by Tony.Bennett, people will laugh, and I can sell more mortgages, and it worked out pretty well.
It's a smooth ass name though.
Yeah, for sure. Tony.Bennett for Senate rhymes. I'm set.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what's your handle? Obviously.
Tony.Bennett.
All right, so.
Let me throw that into the chat too.
Yeah, everybody go check out Tony's stuff. He's also on Game of Tones Squad 2. And his feed definitely represents that. The shit is always beautiful.
Yeah, well, I mean, I represent, or I mean, yeah, a game of Tones gave me the rebirth, kind of gave me that street edge, teaching an old dog new tricks type of stuff, because I'm probably
You know.
half the people that I'm talking to right now.
And I see you're rocking a Game of Thrones shirt.
Yeah.
Proper.
Of course.
So yeah, let's talk about photography for a minute. So what actually got you into photography? Like, tell us a little bit about that. Like, was it just like your phone? What did you do? Like most people's their phone.
That's a
right?
good question. Well, yeah, that's how I started as well. I mean, I was pretty much an attention whore because on Instagram, I could get likes. I mean, all these iPhone peoples were talking about this popular photo sharing application, and I couldn't download it. That's all I knew. So when it finally came out, first day, boom, downloaded it. And like I'd enjoyed taking pictures, but it was never the passion that it is now.
So it's because of Instagram?
Oh, 100%.
That's fair.
If 200% was, possible, it'd be 200%. Because, art ran in my family, but I never thought I was artistic or creative. I thought it skipped a generation. But once I started editing photos, I was like, damn, that's where it's at. And it just kind of came out and has now developed in my passion, a career. And, it's not even about Instagram as much anymore as it is about photography.
Yeah, no, I feel
Absolutely.
that.
Well, that's
oh yeah, real quick. Yo, show the stream your guys' shirts real quick.
Cool. Tony?
No, both of you.
Oh, sure.
Let me
see how high up I gotta be for this.
Yeah.
I gotta
stand up, Eric.
Wait. Actually, Adam, let me know how if this is good enough.
That a little bit more. But anyway, yo, we got these
right
sick.
Here?
Yeah.
All right.
So yo, stream. Yo, if you guys like these kind of shirts, we're probably gonna be selling them soon. So be on the
I'm gonna
lookout
get my
for
own.
that.
I'm gonna get my own shirt line, right, Adam?
Yeah, Tony too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yo shirt. These are all from Yo shirt. So
Yeah. I was gonna turn around and show my name too, but screw it.
Yeah.
anyway, all right. So back into you, Tony. My bad. Random thought, but anyway. So yeah. So phone started then. Instagram like really pushed you to like do more. When did you get like a camera? And what does Tony.Bennett use now to shoot?
What I guess how it transpired is a family friend saw my pictures, when I shared them through Facebook, and he's like, oh, I got this old camera and don't use it anymore, blah, 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 here you go. And it was an ancient Nikon something or the other that they don't even make anymore. And like, I didn't know it at the time, but it took kind of crappy pictures. But I learned how to do long exposure and shoot manually and, kind of, I don't know, insert some cliche here about, something with a grindstone, getting my chops in. But yeah, so I mean, I learned with that, and there were spots all over the sensor, and, it was a challenge. And then, I really wanted to take it to the next level. So when I got my tax return, look, I happen to have it with me.
Hey,
Sony A7 II. I'm going to take a picture of the screens and then print it off and frame it. And yeah, Sony, like I should be a Sony ambassador, but they won't let me, which I don't know. No, not really. But yeah, Sony A7 II. Sweet.
Oh yeah, bro.
I love that camera. That's my
and I got
camera.
a old school Canon FD lens on there. So it's like a old meets new mix up. I know my boy Chris Photo Venture Boy is listening. He coined that phrase. So I don't want to take your old versus new, but I am. Just kidding.
Real quick, take it back. So when you started with your phone, is that how you started developing your style, or was it with your camera?
It started with my phone.
Yeah, it does, right?
It was a progression.
Yeah.
I mean, phones these days are far superior than they were even a few years ago. So, I mean, yes, I won't lie. Having, a high-end camera does make a big difference. But for the everyday, street photographer, I mean, people come out with better photos than people with cameras using their iPhones.
Right.
I mean, it's the that creates the composition, not the camera.
Absolutely.
So, you might be able to get something marginally better quality, with a higher end camera. But if you suck at taking pictures or don't put much thought into it and use auto everything,
Yep.
I mean, there's going to be some iPhone peoples that'll run circles around you.
Absolutely. Actually, now that you bring up the iPhone, the shot that you edited of mine, that was taken with an iPhone as well, just an
Yeah.
iPhone 6, right? And
awesome.
yeah, as long as you know what you're doing, these mobile devices are amazing, right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
So don't let it be a handicap. I mean, I'm sure to the audience out there, I'm sure everyone, wants to get a fancy camera. But if it's not like a career thing, you don't necessarily need to drop 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 on a DSLR. Just like start thinking about your craft. Don't just point and shoot like 95% of people do. Think and shoot. I mean, that's when it really started developing. I used to look at a frame like from the right side to the left side. Ooh, that looks pretty. And I'd click. Now I realize about depth and lines. And you can make a picture go for miles or, make it a lot deeper, not just across. So I think that's one concept a lot of people, in the beginning don't necessarily grasp onto.
Perfect.
At least I didn't.
Yeah, that's massive because you have to. Otherwise, like you said, it's point and shoot. You just become a tourist. You're not really taking a shot with. I mean, it's just really understanding like the fundamentals to like a good photo.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all, well, of course you're all on Instagram because you're seeing this. I wonder how else you would have found about it. You're going to check out my boy Sago. That's Saaggo. I would say he's the first person, his name's Saul, that kind of like called me out like, what's the subject of your picture here? And I couldn't really answer him because I had like 2 or 3 subjects in my head. And, once you see his work and, reach out to him, tell him that, you heard about him and want some tips, and he'll probably be happy to talk to you. And find a subject. That's another main thing that I didn't quite understand. I would try to put a bunch of different things together and make a potpourri. But once I started realizing a single subject really makes a picture, that helped too.
Well said. What was his handle again? Let me just try to put that in the chat for people.
Oh yeah,
maybe
wrong.
Yeah, let's start
getting
into
Saaggo.
Saaggo?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Sorry, Adam, go ahead.
No, it's all good. So yeah, let's start taking a look at Tony's work. We'll like go through some of your photos and stuff. Just a couple questions about some of your shots. Actually, let's do this one with the chat. Pick out one of the photos. So we have any ones that you see on the screen. Obviously, besides the global meet, we'll get to that in a minute. But
Cool.
Tell me which photo. So obviously, top left, top center, top right. Just tell us which one you want.
People in the chat, right?
Yeah, everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
Or if you want to do the ones in the middle, tell me middle,
Yeah.
left, mid center, mid right, or bottom left. Bottom
People are
center,
asking how old we are.
Well, let me ask Tony a question in the meantime.
Go ahead.
Because I'm interested in finding out.
I didn't know you were from New Jersey. That's
Sure.
pretty cool.
I am.
Now I can hear it a little bit.
Top left and top right, Adam.
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey, but I'm always in New York, so I guess you could say both.
Yeah, I sound like I'm Canadian.
I was gonna ask.
I'm getting so many mixed answers, so I'm gonna bring up something else real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Tony a
Canadian.
question in the meantime. Tony, what do you use to edit your photos? Because
Nowadays-
the one that I featured recently, the one with the rays coming out.
Oh
Yeah.
The race one.
Yeah.
I would say I'm kind of a photo snob now, and I edit a lot on Lightroom.
Lightroom only? That's it?
No, I don't
Seems to be
say
the place.
I would just say it's far superior than anything I found on a mobile device. I mean, Lightroom's on mobile. It's just not the same. I mean,
Right.
If I have a camera and I'm shooting in RAW, I might as well use what it's, suited to do. But
Right.
I love using Snapseed, because on my phone, or on my camera, I have the Wi-Fi function. So there are plenty of times that I'll just shoot it, from my camera to my phone. And I'd say 90% of the time then I'm using Snapseed. And sometimes I'll even throw a little Snapseed aftertouch on the Lightroom just because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people actually say that they'll use Lightroom first and then Snapseed. But
Oh,
what
so I'm
about
not alone in that, huh?
no?
Oh,
But what
okay.
about ViscoCam? Do you use ViscoCam at all?
No, I didn't even know it was said like Visco. I just said
You
VSCO.
know what? I don't even know. I
Tomato,
just say
tomato,
Visco.
whatever.
So here's what I would recommend to you. If you want to get suggested and have whited out backgrounds like everybody else, like all the hipsters, go ahead and
Hmm.
use Visco.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just being a smart ass, but
Yeah.
I'm a little bit different in the sense I like it and I use it. I would say out of every 10 posts, maybe 2 of them are run through Visco.
Okay.
Just
Nice.
as a slight aftertouch.
Well, I
A6,
used
that's
to
kind of
use
my go-to filter on there.
yeah, I used Visco a lot when I was iPhone only, so I
Yeah, I
like it.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's cool. I just
Just to
like the
touch,
HDR drama on Snapseed.
Yeah.
for
Do
sure.
you shoot a lot with a tripod, or are you doing freehand, or like when you're shooting?
No,
Like a
it's
mixture?
another good question. I was on a photo trip with my buddy. You know, we were on a road trip, and like he would bring the tripod out for every shot, and I made fun of him. I'm like, dude, just stand in the middle of the road, and he's like, I don't know how. So I mean, like, I'm not knocking anyone's style, but I don't think a tripod's necessary unless you're doing long exposures. And I know some like hardcore photographers will tell you, but I mean, then again, my camera has, you know, some sort of stabilization, or my stuff's, you know, never blurry when I'm using hand. So if I'm doing long exposure, yeah, I mean, you got to use a tripod for that. Normally, I'm just like, you know, freewheeling type of stuff.
What would you say is the maximum exposure time for freehand that you've done, and that still works in terms of focus and doesn't blur out and that kind of thing?
I don't like going past 1/30th.
1/30th. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried a couple at 1/15th, 1/20th, but just a little trick. If there's any smokers out there, depending on the size of your lens, if you just put this on a solid surface and then put a lighter under your lens, boom, you got a tripod.
Oh, nice.
That's
There
I'm
you
pretty
like
go.
fun.
MacGyver. I don't got to be real like classy when I do stuff. I'm doing some model shoots with my lampshade that I got from my house and rig that up, but it works. I'm about results, and when
Exactly.
I'm a
That's all that
baller,
matters,
I
really,
have all
right?
the equipment, but I don't need all that yet.
Dude,
Cool. You want me to go into the next?
Wait, one
Oh yeah,
second, Tony.
you can go rapid
Before we
fire. Come at
continue,
me.
Yeah.
hold on. Tony, somebody's asking if you're single in the
Oh
chat.
no, I'm married.
He's married.
Cool.
It was a girl asking that, not a guy, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know.
Adam, do you want to pull up the middle photo with a raise? Middle left, I believe it was, that everyone was voting on.
yeah, I brought that up.
From,
Yeah, we
Middle
can
okay.
talk about it.
Let's just let Tony.
Can
I don't know
ask
if you have your phone
question?
handy, but it's the middle left on your the one with the rays coming in. I believe Moody Grams just featured it.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about like where you got that shot, how you got that shot, how you edited it, that kind of thing?
Yes. No.
Yeah, the crazy
Oh,
rays coming in
middle
the
left.
windows.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna make fun of you, and I'm gonna be like, how is there a middle left? But I get it, like middle way down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that one,
Yeah.
smoke, basically. I mean, not everywhere is as fortunate as the Pacific Northwest to have a thick, misty fog every single day. So, I kind of have to make do with, you know, phantom, no, what is it called? Yeah, phantom smoke, or no, massive smoke, something smoke. But man, it pumps about a bunch of smoke, and
Oh,
it'll
wow.
fill up a warehouse like this, and just get to town. It's got to be a pretty sunny day. I mean, not just like an overcast day, then you won't get those rays. But first thing in the morning, I mean, if you want them to come more at you, then do it in the morning. If you want rays like coming through the tops of a building, do it later in the afternoon when the sun's above you.
Perfect. Yeah, it came out beautifully for sure.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's an amazing shot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, like, I didn't even think of smoke, honestly. I just thought, like, you just, like, kick all the dust around. And then
That's
No.
what I thought too. That's what I thought too.
That takes a lot of work, actually.
Yeah,
just, like,
Right.
sitting there,
Usually, like-
fucking...
Yeah, Man,
dust
that's what
everything
I got
off.
assistants for. I'm like, just go ahead, kick up some dust so I can take a picture.
Yeah,
But if you do that, everyone's wearing a mask, right? Just in case, because it's a
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I'm not into like slave labor, just assistants who kick dust up. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Cool.
I would just hire a dust person if that was the case. Someone in like a dust suit, just all right,
Yeah,
pay
there
him
you
like
go.
$10. Like, all right, run inside and make it dusty.
That'd be
Stupid.
maybe one day.
yeah, just moving along, just a little bit. Like you just did a free for all recently,
Yeah.
like very recently. What, like 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
And the grand prize was actually an LG phone, and I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen a personal Instagram account giving that away before. But do you want to talk about your FA, how you think it went, how the winner was chosen, and yeah, let's go from there.
I had a lot of fun doing it,
For sure.
and I have a I don't know if you'd call it a sponsorship necessarily with Verizon, but I'm part of their an influencer group that they have. Been with them for a couple years, and they'll send me some swag and things like that from while I blog about them. But I got 2 phones,
That's so
so
sick.
like I mean I guess I could
Sweet.
have. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could have like gave one to my family, or I want to make my 11 turning 12-year-old kid work a little harder before I just hand him over a brand new phone. So I was just like, yeah, everyone's doing free for alls, so let's step it up a notch.
It's
And
good.
they
It's
ended
good
up,
engagement.
yeah, it got huge engagement. I mean, there were tons of entries, and I'll be doing something new. I think have some sort of sound speaker system. So instead of just being selfish and keeping all the toys that I get sent, I'm just going to pass it on, and do some contests just to have some fun with it.
Yeah, dude, it's always like so important to give back to the community.
Yeah,
Like
and
anything, whether it's local or online or whatever.
yeah, that's my new life mission, actually. I mean, we probably didn't schedule that in to talk about. I know I only got 12 more minutes, but maybe you can have me on again to talk about that and how I'm going to start giving back.
No, dude,
No, let's go for it.
This isn't CBS, bro. We got mad time.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
It's
I
free.
know
We're
how
not
you
we're
are
not
with
using
the
real right
schedules,
now.
Adam. You're like, boom,
But-
boom, boom.
No, for real. So wait, your FFA, you launched it on Game of Tones. I was just looking for the flyer, I couldn't find it. But Game of Tones.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I was supposed to pick 3 winners, but that was just too hard. And, I was just blown away. And that's why I love being part of Game of Tones, because there's so much creative energy and synergy that, I mean, just everyone who's a part of it seems to feed off each other. And when I saw these, finished edits with my pictures, I was just like, I can't pick one, or 3, let alone 1 grand prize winner.
It's hard.
So what I ended up doing is I think I chose 6, and I put them up on my website, got a voting icon, and just did a 2-hour vote. And, winner take all, second and third split. And it was pretty close.
Yeah, dude, I like that idea because I had a FFA, and dude, picking out the winner is probably the hardest part.
Yeah, no doubt. I totally got rid of some pressure on me because, I mean, the people chose, and I liked it. I think they liked it too. Although I got to call my people out. I saw how many people checked the page versus who voted. A couple hundred of you held out, and I liked it.
Maybe they couldn't choose, just like you. They just couldn't choose, right?
It was an anonymous vote. They could have chose.
Yeah,
They probably could have. But no, I do like that structure for like future FFAs, like having the top 6 or whatever, and then giving people a chance to like vote, like be a little bit more of that process. Pretty dope.
Occasionally, I have a good idea here and there.
Tony, you said it was a really close vote. How close was it? Like, actually, I know how close it was, but I just want you to tell the audience how close the vote was between first and second.
A leading question to test my memory. I see how it is, Eric.
No.
I believe it was 28, 27, and 26 separated the top 3 for number of votes.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So literally every vote mattered.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
That's insane.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, though. That's awesome that you have that much engagement. So,
Yeah.
thing.
Got to parlay that. I made a career out of photography and I guess Instagram to a large degree because, I mean, it is what it is. I have a pretty big audience there. It's an engaged audience. But, I don't want to sell my audience out. Like, maybe people don't know. I get I get slanged a bunch of stuff like daily. Like, hey, do you want this and for this? And like, I'm not going to put on hand motion and say, ooh, hey, look at me, because my followers would be like, he's a bitch, and
Yo.
like he's done. You know, they're just gonna unfollow me, or I'll just lose credibility. So I'm only gonna align myself with stuff like, you know, that, you know, my audience or, you know, my friends and, you know, fans will like, or that would appreciate or could find useful.
No, I feel you. Like,
of course.
I wouldn't want to be like one big like ad board either. So,
No.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, the winners, we had the 3 winners. So then we had, who was it? Bill Smith 2315 with the left shot, and Forward Trends with the right. This kid wins every FFA, or gets at least top 3.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because like he had 3 entries that could have been in the top 5.
He's sick.
Of course.
I like his skill. It's good.
That's awesome. I mean, it kind of inspired something new that I'll probably start doing, and I only did it a few, but, you know, like even making creations out of this and selling it, because I mean, when people do these crazy edits, I mean, it produces some great artwork that I think people will be interested in purchasing.
I agree. It's fun. I'm
definitely
sure there's like
creative.
Yeah, the Instagram like print hustle is always like a challenging one, I feel like, but everyone's always trying to hustle prints on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't even hustle prints no more. I just did it.
It doesn't seem worth it.
I did it one time 2 weeks ago, and you know, it's just kind of as a sort of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have it on my website. People can search for it. I mean, it's like you got a website. I mean, if you should sell them there, you don't like have to say that I sell prints every single post, because that's gonna turn people out.
Yeah, no,
and you're not gonna sell anymore.
I've seen a lot of that. It's just like, all right, come on, bro. But all right, so and then the winner, the homie Fives.
And with the best bean image ever.
Fives.
And I didn't even realize at first that he used one of my skies in the bean. I thought that was his own sky, and then it just added an extra element, like, oh, this is a clincher. He's in the top 3.
It's nice and subtle too. It's not like OD.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I loved it.
No, that was good. I like that. So yeah, FFAs are really good. So anyone watching, if you're looking for ways to create new followers, or get your name out there a little bit, and you take nice photos, do an FFA, reach out to some hubs, feature pages, whatever you want to call it, to see if they will support you. Because it seems like that is the key formula. Is, if you have bigger audiences, more people will want to do it. If you're just like 1K followers doing it, it's really not gonna like get the quantity in it at all. So
I think most people do it for like milestones too, right? Like kind of like 10K or like 5K even, that kind of thing. And once they reach those milestones, you can reach out to sponsors, and they'll be happy to give away a product for your FFA as well.
Especially if you're a hot chick.
Hey.
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of miss out. I
don't think I've ever seen a girl FFA. I think about it.
Well, they don't have to do FFAs because companies just pay them to put on some nail polish or fly to the. Shauna's laughing; she knows what's up. But go to different places. I just think maybe I need to be prettier, but I'll just make it up in my pictures.
No,
yeah, just put on a wig.
Hey.
But all right, so went through all that. So what do you got next? Tell me about. You said you wanted to talk about some new giving back type of thing. So what do you got going on?
Well, it all started. It was probably about 3 weeks, maybe even not quite a month. We'll call it 3 weeks. And there was an Instameet in Detroit, sponsored by Niche. I guess it's not really relevant, but the point is, I saw some kids playing out there. It was in Detroit. And I saw him playing out there when I got.
Wait, real quick, is this the black and white one?
Yeah.
All right, let me get that up.
Oh yeah, I put that on there.
All right, my bad. So back into the kids.
Yeah, and I went out there for a break, and saw them out there. People have been out there all day, but I just realized the entire time, no one's even stopped to acknowledge the kids who were maybe 200 yards away. So I just went out there and with my camera and was just observing them for a bit, taking pictures, and then they saw me, and then that's when I got that first shot, with little dude in the middle.
Dude, this one's sick.
Yeah, and sister in the back flashing gang signs, and they're trying to be all hard, looking at me like, "What am I doing over there?" And I stood my ground, and I was just chatting with them, and opened up with a little bit, and I was just asking them questions, like, have you ever been camping? And 4 out of 5 of them said no, and I know, like, I've been in Detroit at night, and it's really light polluted, and you can kind of sort of maybe see a star or two. But I was like, well, if you haven't been camping, I mean, have you ever been outside the city to see, like, what the stars look like at night? And those same 4 said no, they hadn't. And it really kind of broke my heart. I'm like, well, I mean, if you 4 haven't, I'm sure that, you're not the only ones. And then I got to thinking about it. And, then I started talking about, kind of the racial relations in Detroit and our area. I mean, we're pretty segregated. It is what it is. I mean, you have the suburbs and the city, and there's been historically a lot of conflict. And so, like, what I'm going to do in my part is I'm going to start taking, inner city kids starting here in my area who've never been camping or never seen the stars, and hopefully rent a bus and take them camping for a night and let them experience it. And it's going to be called Adventures in Nature. And that's going to be the theme. So I already got the page started. I had a kind soul that is working with me on that. And we're going to launch it tomorrow, but it's active right now. You can see it. I just haven't, made my mission statement. But winter's coming up. So planning the first one's going to be in spring of 2016.
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole movement and, like, what started it. Like, once again, Instagram, something from Instagram.
Oh, man, there's so many things on Instagram. Like, I didn't even think this was my destiny until it was for some of the comments I'd seen. And, like, if I knew we were going to talk about this, I'd have sent you the screenshots because, some comments impact me so much that I'll take a screenshot and save it. Like the person who said they hadn't smiled in months because their son died, but he really liked rainbows and, sunshine, and it made her smile. And I was like, holy smokes, like, shit's getting real.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Those comments are always so much better, too, rather than just, like, dope with a little fucking...
Dope.
Hey, I'll take all the dopes and 6 I can get. I mean, I won't lie.
I mean, I'm one of them, but sometimes I will...
No, of course. But, I mean, you can't necessarily make a meaningful and passionate statement for every time you comment on a pic. I mean, you can't be like me that's like a lyrical genius that comments crazy shit on every single post. But I won't hold that against other people,
But going back to that whole thing, so this photo, first of all, looks like it's from, like, like civil rights era, dude, like old, like, so you did a sick job on, like, the edit.
Thanks. And crazy. I mean, it just struck me. I mean, like, it was like almost like they really just flicking me off. Like, in all honesty, like, if an 8-year-old, this kid was, he was 7. If a 7-year-old did that, like, at my kid's baseball game, like, everyone would have, like, flipped out and, like, seriously died. And and that wasn't even the most part of.
Dude.
They saw the food truck, and I think that's what it kind of boiled down to. There's a food truck at this place that was giving everyone in attendance, you got your food tickets and you'd get a meal. And they're like, hey, can we get some food off the food truck? And I was like, well, yeah, come on over. Anyone can come to the place, but, their mom wouldn't let them, and they just had to, like, go out the front door, but they were behind the fence, whatever. So I was like, fine, you can't come. I'll go get you food. And they kind of looked at me like, okay. And then when I came back with 5 trays of food and saw, like, the disbelief on their face, it's like I could feel, like, how accustomed to disappointment they were. And they were sincerely surprised, I think, that, like, wow, this dude brought us food back. And, like, I could just see it on their faces, and it was one of the most touching things that I've experienced.
This is a game-changing moment for you. This is when you're like, I want to help kids more.
Yeah.
So you're going to do your outdoor nature thing. So that's pretty exciting, dude. So we'll be on the lookout for that. And then one more thing I want to talk about before we go into the Q&A with the chat is...
Oh, what? People are still watching me?
Yeah, dude, we're at
Yeah.
we got 75 people in here. So
Whoa, word.
yeah, dude, we're doing great first episodes. Once again, thanks to everyone for watching.
Thank
So
you.
We have almost
before
80
we go
people.
into the Q&A, I want to talk one last thing.
Sure.
Global Meet 2.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to be hosting it as well.
Yeah.
With Motor City Shooters and Raw Detroit. I'm not expecting you to have like all the details, but did the first one and it was pretty legit. So like, have you hosted Insta Meets before? You said the niche or niche or whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. Like, do you have anything like in store that's different, or is it just going to be, you know, like a photo walk? Like,
No, it's not going to be just a photo walk because, you know, like when I got up on stage, it's like Detroit does it different. And,
yeah.
you know, when I'm on board, like I don't want to be part of some wackety whack shit. I mean, I want Detroit to be the best global meet destination there is. And I firmly believe that it will be. And yeah, I think Detroit's fashion scene is in some dire need of, you know, injection of some live stuff. So I don't know if I can pull off a fashion show in 3 weeks, but I'm gonna be
Wait,
my
you said
damnedest if I
fashion
can.
scene?
Wait.
Yeah,
Fashion show.
yeah. Well, because the fashion scene's kind of wackety whack. Speaking of stuff here in Detroit, I mean, but there's plenty of beautiful women here, and there are clothiers here, and it's just don't see enough of it. I mean, I think people got to realize Detroit is a metro area. It's not just a city, and we got to stop. And when I say we, I mean the metro area. We got to stop, separating the two. The suburbs and the city have to be combined as one if we're, going to be the biggest and bestest global meet. So I think our top one at that niche party was 350.
Damn.
I want to push 4. I don't know if we'll beat Indonesia and their 3.6 bazillion people, but I want the highest in America at least.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely
mean-
strive for higher all the
Yeah,
time.
and we're gonna get sponsors. I already got Leica in the works, and then I
Oh, nice.
haven't placed my call to GM yet, but I want to get them to send us over a Camaro to take pictures of, and maybe do some
Dude,
fun
if
stuff.
yeah, I mean,
I thought
I feel like
I know the AC there. I'm calling them tomorrow.
I
Now
feel
that I
like-
got Adventures in Nature, I'm like, I got another page. Come on, hook it up.
no, I mean,
I thought you were
had
gonna.
these. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I thought he was gonna ask for the Camaro as a prize.
No, that'd be sweet. I don't know if they go for all that though. Yeah, for my next one, I think I'll give away this Droid Turbo with the cracked screen. I think that should go over pretty well.
No
I'm
one
kidding.
does.
I didn't even get a LOL from you guys. Come on.
Dude, I was being sarcastic.
LOL, bro.
There we go.
All right,
Spelling out
so
the
I got you.
all right, so that kind of wraps up what we were talking about. So now what we want to do is reach out to the chat. We're at like 80 people. It's awesome. So
Yeah, sure.
chat, drop your questions in there. We'll pick out a couple to ask him.
Cool.
So just go ahead, Eric. If you want to read them off, just say the username says, and then
Yeah, while we wait for the questions, we had a question before actually when I just asked earlier in the chat. Tony, how many hours do you shoot a week? And do you have is that your full-time job or do you have another job on the side? Kind of.
No, I don't anymore. It's my full-time job. And it's been rewarding in a few ways because on days where I don't have a paid booking, I'll get to pick up my kids from school and then pick up, middle brother and go watch older brother's football practice while we play catch. So I mean, it's so cool in that aspect. But like I have 4 paid bookings this week, plus the gigs that I'm doing with Tennessee. So now things are starting where like I don't even necessarily need an extra income. It was tough the last couple months, I won't lie, but I just kept persisting. Is that even a word? Persisting? Yeah,
Yep.
I think it is. All right. And hours a day, it depends on the conditions. I mean, I don't beat myself up if I don't shoot during a day, but some days like I took 1,800 pictures over 4 days while I was in the Upper Peninsula.
Holy
And
crap.
then some shoots, I'll take 300 pictures or it depends, I guess.
Nice.
But I'd like to every day, but sometimes it gets old. Like if I don't have somewhere, like once you go travel around then you like go outside your backyard. It's just, not like, man, I've shot this area 378 times in
Right.
the last
Yep,
2
yep.
years. I can go without it.
I hear you.
I've been going down to the city more and trying to become, way too ill and sick and doing
Hey,
some
what's up? What's
shit.
up? What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I listen to NWA on the daily, so I think I'm pretty gangster now.
All right. We got one from the chat. I like this one.
We have a lot.
Vintage 55. Vintage 55 says, "How do you feel about success being quantified with followers / likers rather than monetary worth?" If that makes
Ooh.
sense. So I think what he's saying is, do you think if you get a bunch of likes and follows,
Oh, I think I get it. It's very deceitful, or to yourself, I
like
should say.
you'll see like these like low key professionals who make money off of photography, but
Yeah.
have like 2,000 followers. Then you see
Yeah.
people with like hundreds of thousands, and they don't take
Make
those
that,
opportunities,
right.
or at
You're
least
right.
it's
Oh
already
yeah,
known.
that's how I understood it, and
Yeah.
that was me a year or 2 years ago. A year or 2 years ago, I was just happy to be, relatively insta famous. But now that I'm more about pictures, I mean, it depends what your love is. I mean, like, I could, I mean, I like Instagram. I was gonna say, well, I could never go on Instagram again and be fine, but nah, that would be some bull. Because I enjoy talking and communicating there, but I'd much rather earn money monetarily than get 5,000 likes. I mean, it don't pay me nothing. It stroked my Insta ego a couple years ago, but now I mean, I'm more about dollars and becoming, doing portraits. I mean, that's been the big shift for me is, I found out trees don't pay you to take pictures of them, but people do. And, that's kind of where I'm at.
That's a good answer. I like it. What do you guys pick out some questions?
Yeah, I have a
Yeah,
question
go for
from VS Marcus Lewis, I think.
Yep.
That's a fancy name, VS
Yeah, right?
Marcus Lewis.
Is it hard to continually pick up work week after week? They're asking, being that this is your full-time job, you do this all the time.
Yeah, and that's an interesting question because about that whole, would you rather have likes, blah blah blah, or monetary?
Right.
They kind of go hand in hand with me because I got so many more opportunities because I have a lot of Instagram followers than someone with 500 just simply wouldn't get. I mean, there's plenty of people who are more talented than a lot of people that have hundreds of thousands of followers, but that's what the brands want. And like, I'm older than most, like, that they're targeting. And like, I don't mean to sound like I'm ancient. 33, I feel like I'm in the prime of my life. But if you talk to a brand or an advertising agency, well, we have this 33-year-old in Michigan or this 19-year-old in LA. I mean, like, I'm losing out to a lot of people in that sense. But on the other hand, I can walk into businesses and clubs and be like, what's up? I'm Tony Tones with Game of Tones, and I got this, that, what's up? And they're just like, oh, cool, let's have a meeting. And, I'm pretty personable. I can work it, in that aspect. So, yeah, if I didn't have 135,000, it would be much harder.
Right.
If that answers the question well.
Absolutely.
So you're saying basically it's easy for you to get jobs?
No, I'm not going to go there and say it's easy because
it's easier to network.
Yeah, it's easier, but I wouldn't say that it's easy because there's still a lot of
photographers. Of course not. Yeah, I was just kidding.
If you have a following of 100,000, and you're gonna know a bunch of people. If you're like 2,000, but you're making money, you're not gonna know other people to open more doors.
But it wouldn't necessarily matter. I mean, if some photographers are so busy that they don't even have to market.
Yeah. Or the real photographers who don't want to fuck with Instagram because they think it's
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah.
Have you had that conversation with anyone?
Oh yeah, I did. I just got added to a Facebook group and photographers, and it's interesting to observe. And I mean, it's just different. I think it's partly generational. And
yo, quick,
go for it.
Quick side story, yo. All right, so I had my photos shown at this like gallery thing, right? It's like submit your own type of thing, whatever. So like on it, it's like website. So I put Instagram.com/KingKings, whatever. and then it was my first time like ever showing anything. So I just literally sat there for like a good hour, just like watching people's reactions. It was the coolest thing ever. But some people walked by and then they looked at like the name tag with the website and they're like, ugh, Instagram, and then they just like
Oh wow.
get all snooty and walk away. I
Photography
was like,
snobs, eh?
get out of here, come on, like.
Yeah, there's a stigma. Maybe that'll end since it's not just squares no more, so we can throw that back in their face. But in Instagram, I think Instagram's more about the community and the people than it is about being a photographer. And that's, I mean, I think there's some differences there, but I think people who are anti-Instagram simply haven't been on it, or are motivated by the wrong reasons. I mean,
I feel like it's a certain crowd.
They're just limiting themselves.
It's
for sure. Just to literally touch on that point, Photo Venture Boy had a question.
Yeah, I gave you credit, Chris.
Based on that exact topic that you were just touching on, which is, do you feel you would have taken on photography from a professional standpoint if it weren't for Instagram?
No.
Not at all, eh?
That simple of a question.
Yeah, that's a good question, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
and there you go, right? That shows a lot. That through this app and this community, that everything else kind of sprung from it, right?
Yeah.
And your passion, your
yeah, I'm an Instagrammer turned photographer. It's not the other way around. Or
wow.
You know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that for sure, especially in the Instagram community. I know myself, I was like that too, right? I didn't really think about
like I'd occasionally snap a picture like before Instagram, but I mean it's improved my I think it's improved my mind in so many different ways. Well, yeah, I mean it does give you confidence.
You put up a picture like when everyone first starts and they're like, oh, I got 100 likes. I'm gonna do this again.
That was my number. As soon as I got one that had 100 likes, I was like, man, I'm gonna make Instagram my thing. I'm just gonna live here.
It's the early stages are crazy when you look back at it, and then you're like, damn, like it's quite the journey.
It is. You can blow up quick if you put. I mean, I don't think most people are willing to put in the requisite time it'll take to get you from 10 followers to 1,000 to 15,000, etc. I mean, people always ask me for like my tips and stuff, but like, just talk to people and
I was gonna
spend a lot of time like being active on Instagram, and it'll just organically grow. I spend hours a day liking thousands of pictures. Sorry, Shauna, I'm being
I know. I'm like excited to ask you this question.
Okay, so I'm excited for you to ask me.
So you weren't suggested. You grew over 100,000 yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm a bit butthurt about never being suggested or not getting responded to. Yeah, but I don't want to bite the hand that feeds me per se. So I'm just gonna keep it there.
That seems like a hot topic. So chat, what do you guys think about suggested or being suggested? Like, what do you think it takes? Is it just like random? Like I've heard all these theories, like, oh, if you host an Insta-meet, you get suggested, or oh, if you're a friend of a suggested person, then they can suggest you to be suggested. It's just like, what? Like, I've heard so many things.
Too.
So, chat, what do you guys think?
Well, I did get lucky. I mean, to kind of go back to Shauna's question, back at the way the old popular page used to work, I'd say it counted for good maybe 60 to 70% of my followers. But then again, they took like 30,000 away from me in the Great Purge of 2014. So I'm sure a bunch of them were, those followers that I got from the popular page. But I worked my ass off to get to 22,000. And that's when I first started getting on the popular page. And the way it was, I don't know if chat members or any of you have experienced it, but it pretty much went on everyone's Explorer page. And there were only 3 pages. So I was just getting like, 200 to 500 followers every time I posted and got on the popular page. So, I mean, it wasn't being suggested, but yeah, I mean, that was kind of a big reason why I got so many followers.
Well, they got the, so you know how they have the trending tags now? Mm-hmm. And then there's different categories and stuff. Mm-hmm. And like one of them I saw last week maybe was night photographers. And then there were some people who have been featured on Moody or Way Too Ill or Game of Tones or all of our friends. Like, so it seems like they're slowly like gonna shuffle out like different themes, like night.
Oh yeah,
Partners
no,
is,
I
like,
think I
so
think they're in the
maybe
right track. I mean, while I was kind of like bitter and scrambled, like when they changed the popular page, I think it might have been 2013 or early 2014. It was somewhere around that. Like, oh man, it was like hurting me because like, oh my God, I'm not making the popular page. What do I do? You know what it did? It allowed me to become a better photographer because once I stopped bitching about not getting enough followers, I looked at myself and said, you know what? My pics aren't that good. That's probably why I'm not doing enough, getting as much activity. So then I made an effort to learn photography. And I think that's what kind of started it slowly. That even back when I had my phone, like I was taking better pictures. And, I did it. And I'm still doing it. And I'm going to keep getting better
oh,
every
yeah,
single
bro.
day.
I think it's one of those things that's hard to put a timestamp on is when the next social media giant will come around and take from everyone. But who really cares? Like, just do what you're doing right now
Oh
and just do
yeah,
it
I don't
better.
even care. I got off the suggested like victim mentality, and I
Yeah.
suggest anyone who's listening just get off it because you don't need it. I mean, like yeah, I'd like to Instagram to say that I'm cool, but I know I'm cool as long as I know I'm cool, and as long as I'm on the show with Adam and Shauna and Eric, like I'm doing okay. And the only limits that most people place on themselves are from themselves. And when you make excuses or reasons why you're not successful, it's just going to continue to manifest itself. I know this is more self-help talk,
Yeah.
not click TV talk.
Well,
But
dude,
that's
we
kind
talk
of
about whatever. It doesn't matter.
yeah. I'm the special superstar guest, so
Bro, you are the first guest on our show.
First
it's been
ever.
fun.
You have
So,
launched this into outer space, my friend.
Yeah, I am kind of spacey.
Just dip out like that. All right, let's go back to the chat for a couple of things. I saw a really long thing from Mark Handy.
Oh, Mark, what's up, Mark?
Yeah, dude, he had quite a lot to say.
_Handy_. You guys check him out.
Yeah, everyone check out Mark Handy. I'll bring it up on the screen, but go ahead, one of you guys, if you can scroll back to his comment.
I got it. I'll just read his comment in full. From Mark_Handy. Tony, I joined Instagram just 6 months ago. I've been represented by a gallery for much of my career. I shunned Instagram because of the square image format. As you know, I've had a serious change of heart and wish I had joined 3 years ago. Live and learn.
I knew it.
I'm networking with companies now more than ever because of my IG page. I've all but abandoned all other social media platforms. So what is your take on that? It seems like you know Mark Handy as well, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. I haven't met him personally. I'm sure we'll meet one day because we've developed a bond. He's a great landscape photographer, one of the best I've seen. He always gives great advice, and I'm sure that he has been a professional for a number of years. Where like we were kind of in reverse roles. Like he was Mr. Photographer, and then came around to do Instagram, where I was Mr. Instagram, kind of came around to doing photography. But I mean, he could be a poster boy. Maybe he can be your next guest for photographers to come over to Instagram. Because I've been hearing that a lot. The guy that I went on the road trip with, his name's Dan, and he was saying the same sort of thing. And I think he's up to maybe 4,000 followers. Like he wishes that he would have started a couple years ago. And same thing with Mark. I mean, Mark's, I think he's over 10. He's one of those guys that his image quality is going to warrant. I mean, he'll have hundreds of thousands of followers as long as he keeps with it.
Yeah, and it goes back to like it's a little like 3 years ago with Instagram, back when it was just getting started, and all those people who have like stuck along the whole way. Seems like it's harder for people to stand out sometimes.
No, nowadays it's even harder now than it was.
Yeah, so, that's what I mean. So like it's just
better as good as Mark. And,
this dude's stuff
for sure. His page is awesome.
Yeah, like I'm kind of getting more into the street because or people. Just because I can't travel the big mountains or exotic locations yet. But once I get on to like Switzerland or the Canadian Rockies, I'm like, what's up? I can take pictures of mountains too.
Tony
Tone's in the house. I mean, in the mountains.
Yeah, I've been waiting so long to be like Tony Tones rocks the microphone. It's like I say that in my head.
Perfect.
I say that in my head maybe 10 times a day, like while we're in our chats and like Tony Tones. That's the best thing ever. Sorry.
You know somebody's gonna like cut that part of this stream and
Oh,
just
make
back
it, yeah,
over and over.
make a GIF for me, and I'll make it a profile pic, or I'll post it on Facebook or something.
Right. Perfect. Do you have any questions, Adam? I know you're looking at the chat right now.
I was trying to look for another question. Yo, guys, once again, chat's a little busy, so if you have any more questions, we'll take a couple more for Tony, and then...
I'm going to bill them for extra time. It's okay. So, I mean, I'm getting paid like $300 an hour to do this.
I see a question, actually. Can I ask one, Tony?
Oh, yeah. I'm still here. Go for it.
Club, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Club K-Talk?
Hey, Kato. Well, Kato K.
Okay. He's asking if you follow strict posting times and hashtags. I know a lot of people post according to various times because they get more followers or more hits that time. Do you do the same thing, or?
No, I'm pretty lazy nowadays where, like, I don't try as hard as I used to. But that's a good question, and I do believe there is a validity in sticking with strict posting times. I would say the only one that I abide by for my own, my first post of the day is usually right around 10 o'clock, give or take a half hour.
10 a.m.?
Yes, 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yep. And that's always been pretty consistent. Hashtag usage, not a big fan of, especially the meaningless ones, because all you're doing is giving yourself a false sense of activity when you're getting a bunch of robots liking your stuff because you put like or L for L or other irrelevant
selfie.
I mean, if you want to post like a game of tones because we're pretty badass and awesome, go for it because you have a chance to get selected for a feature. Or if you're Kato's doing his photo walks, of course you're going to tag like relevant tags. But no, I would personally just stay away from all the riffraff because you're just going to attract spam and not get good stuff.
Real quick, chat. Do you guys? What time do you like to post? In the morning, afternoon, night? If you want to put the time, go ahead and tell us.
All right, let me give you a tip. Don't post too much. That's going to be the number one thing to get you unfollowed. Don't be that guy who posts like 3 pictures in a row because I don't care if they're great. It's still going to piss me off and probably most other people who are why is this guy taking my feed over? I mean, just spread it out. Like, don't post maybe like 2-hour minimum between posts, maybe 4-hour maximum. Ideally, you're probably, if you want to maximize your following, maybe like 3 to 4 a day and just space it out like 3 to 4 hours apiece.
Word. So we got Photo Venture Boys saying 9 a.m. and 9 p.m.
2:33 a.m. for unknown visual. Nice.
What's up, Kelly?
Yeah, Light of My Lens. She likes to do 10 a.m. PST.
So that's
and I used to post it. Yeah, and I used to post it 1. I used to do 10, 1, 4, 7, and ish.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
9 and 10 p.m.
So at nighttime, it looks like.
We went a little bit over on time, just a little bit, 20 minutes.
Yeah. I'm apologizing too. People are still asking questions.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm down to do this. We'll close out in a couple minutes here.
For sure.
So yeah, once again, guys, any other questions? You have our attention.
What's up, Kelly?
Yo, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Yo, shout out to Light of My Lens.
Everybody who's watching, once again, any questions for myself, Eric, Shauna, or Tony, go ahead and drop them. We'll try and answer a couple before we close this episode out. And thanks everyone for watching. For real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick note
to get me talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wanted visual. He had some good tips for
What's up, Eddie?
to touch on the stuff that Tony was talking about. But
yeah, listen to Eddie. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Comment on people's pictures. Don't think you're too good to respond to people in your own pictures.
Right.
Like post every day. And practice. Those are all good tips.
Good tips, Eddie. Yeah.
Yo, J Money, 1196. How do you keep consistency?
Oh, that might be the hardest part of it. And
I get that a lot, actually.
Yeah, it is because like once you get to a certain point, like it used to be, I was more about quantity than quality, where I would just put 4 posts up, so I could get on the popular page or get activity. Whereas now, like, I don't want to post an inferior product. I mean, I'll have some misses sometimes where I'll end up taking the post down. But if it goes up, I mean, I feel strongly enough about it. But lately, I mean, that might only be 1 to 2 a day. So, I mean, that's why I think this, feature page with the adventures in nature is going to help me be more consistent on a page because I won't have to rely solely on my work. I can choose from, a community of great pictures and post 5 a day. Like for me, like I would just be retreading or just posting, not questionable. I mean, I'm sure 80% of people would still think it's great, but it's like a step down from. I've been posting what I think to be great pics the last few months, or maybe even the last year.
I like it. I mean, yeah, don't spam. I like to post early in the morning, late at night, usually when people are not midday, busy, working, school, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people go on Instagram during all that time anyways.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the key hours for me.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't judge. It's your Instagram, not mine. So do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I post usually at like 1, 2, and then at like 6, 7. But sometimes I post a lot. It just depends on how I feel. It depends on how many pictures I have. If I have a lot of pictures and I want to get rid of them, I'll post like maybe 4 per day.
Maybe I should do that again too, because like I take way too many pictures for the amount that I post. Because there are just slight variations, and then like I like to wait maybe 2 weeks before I post a different variation. Where I don't. I mean, some people will post them, like days or hours apart, and I have no problem with it. It's just not something that I've done for myself. Maybe I should.
Yeah. It helps you to get rid of the shots. At one point I had like hundreds of pictures and I was like, I had to get rid of them. So
it's funny how we like
Eric knows.
Posting on Instagram is getting rid of it. Like it's out of our system. We've done that picture service.
All right. Well, Tony, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, air fist bump.
We're just gonna close this out. We're gonna close out together, so don't hang up yet. But
all right. Do we have a song? Do we have a song to sing?
Yes, we do. After though. But anyway. All right. Everyone in the stream right now, please follow us. If you don't have a Twitch account, make one. Follow us. We'll be doing this again next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know. Go drop a comment. Follow us on / or at the Click TV on Instagram. Once again.
And if you have an account on Twitch, definitely follow so you know when our stream comes up.
When the Instagram page of Twitch TV gets up to 500 followers, I'll deliver an exclusive video.
Oh, there you go. There's more incentive for you to follow the Click TV.
Yeah, because the one I made for Way Too Ill, I still think that was pretty bomb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, everybody. We really, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, crowd.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned because we're doing this again next week.
All right, and here comes your laggy outro video, and then I'm going to turn it off. This video was made by @5s. So once again, everyone, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
I feel like an anchor man.